Okay, so today I'm going to show you a day in the life of a solo female van lifer who's only been a solo female van lifer for like 10 days or so. First thing I do, you guessed it, is wake up and get out of bed. And then I usually get dressed, go to the bathroom in Walmart, and that's where I am now. And now I'm about to make some breakfast. And then what I do is clean up the area, do any dishes if I need to, because it's really annoying having them slide around in the sink when you're driving. So I've got the back pretty much cleaned up, and I first wanted to show you my setup up here in the front, which isn't really a setup, it's more like a mess. But I just keep my water bottle here, I have my Cliff Bar for the ride, I have my hotspot, chapstick, a GPS tracker, which doesn't work, and my Invisalign tray, this little essential oil thing that goes on there. He's a little succulent. I have this 3 USB port thing so I can charge 3 things at the same time. I've got my fan on there, I might put my camera on there, and I have my phone. And then down there I have my purse, about 4 gallons of water in there, empty 1 gallon things that I have to find a recycling bin for. I have my tripod, my other tripod, my phone holder thing, headphones, rechargeable like battery thing for my phone, and my rain jacket just goes on top of there. So today I'm gonna drive to like Mount Rushmore and check out the Black Hills a little bit. I don't really know, I don't really have a plan. Something I do like doing is not using Google Maps while I'm driving and either just like trying to follow road signs or looking it up ahead of time and trying to memorize where to turn and whatever. It's kind of a weird thing to enjoy doing, but I have a lot of fun. I get lost sometimes, but I always find my way. Oh, and then I forgot to mention I just have a little aux cord here. So I usually play some music on my phone while I'm driving instead of listening to like what's on the radio, which I used to do, but I just feel like not anymore. That's one thing I haven't done at all since I started living in the van, was listening to the radio. Now I'm just listening to my playlist on YouTube, and it's actually much more enjoyable. I always feel like I'm forgetting to do something, but I think I'm good this time. So I'm just gonna try to, you know, find Mount Rushmore by using the signs, because I've seen a bunch of signs for it. So I think I can make my way over there all right.
Starting now, last call.
Alright, I'm done at Mount Rushmore, and I now just came to this little picnic area, and I'm the only one here. Decided to come here because my maps and Safari weren't working because, you know, the service isn't very good out here. So I didn't know where else to go. Alright, so for lunch I made a sandwich with some bread and guacamole and like tofurkey turkey or some kind of faux meat thing, and this cheese that don't remember the flavor of, and some carrot slaw, and then I made a salad with a bunch of mixed greens and whatever, and some sunflower seeds and wonton strips and a tahini dressing, and then got some pretzels and hummus. Actually a really nice peaceful place, so I just grabbed my computer and I'm gonna do some editing for a while, and then I think I might go for a hike this one place that I don't remember the name of. So I made it to the trail. It's called Black Elk Trail / Peak, and it's like almost 2 o'clock I think, and the trail takes I think 4 to 5 hours, so might get back a little late, but you know, it won't be dark, so. But I'm gonna put on a little bit of sunscreen. My forehead, cause I always get burned there. So while this is a day in the life video, it's just one day in the life. I don't go hiking and to national monuments every single day. Pretty much like, well, yesterday I went to the Badlands, and day 3 of van life I went to a state park. Day 2 I met up with somebody. Other than that, like for the most part, I've just gone for little hikes here and there, edited videos, gone for walks once my computer battery was getting low. Now for the next few days I'll be exploring the Black Hills, Custer State Park, Wind Cave National Park, just kind of plan my days out as they come. So it's like 6:15 right now, and I'm gonna try to find a campground and just go there and not really do anything else for the rest of the day. But there's no service where I am, so I can't exactly look up where they are. I have a few written down that are in the area that are free. Hopefully they're not like sketchy. Okay, I just got to the campground. It's called Wrinkled Rock Climbing Area, and you can camp here, it says, for up to 14 days. The Cabela's that I've been staying at for every single day I've been in Rapid City, except for last night, there's like this racetrack pretty close to it, and every night from like 9 to 10 you could just hear cars zooming around in circles. It only sounded like one car. I don't know. I don't really know what it was, but it was kind of annoying. I'm hiding out behind my kitchen right now because people just pulled in right next to me in a little car, so they're not gonna be sleeping in that overnight. But it just feels kind of weird like moving around in a van when people are right there. So I've just been snacking on some pretzels and hummus. This is for all the people who have commented that I should do ASMR. I'm also snacking on some of these kettle chips barbecue. They're pretty good. They're taking so long. I once you start putting them up, it gets really dark on camera. It's way lighter than what it looks like on camera right now. But once I get them all up, then I'll turn on the light in my van, and then I'll be back. Okay, so here are my window covers. Still gotta whisper, sorry about that. They go all around. And then up here, I just have these things that are supposed to block out the sun so they don't cover the entire thing. And then I made this yesterday. I'm really proud of myself for it. It's just 3 cereal boxes and a wheat thin box duct taped together. I also have one for the fan as well. And then I've got my tapestry here, which I'm gonna put up. So this, folks, is what van life is like most of the time, for me at least. You know, I'm not hiking every day like I said earlier. In my real life, me cleaning up, me doing the dishes isn't sped up 20 times like it is in the videos. And there's no fun music playing in the background while I'm hiking or biking or doing anything. That's not reality. That's just, you know, how you make a video. But van life in real life, the reality of van life, it's a lot of just kind of boring, mundane things like everybody else's life, like everybody who doesn't live in a van. We all gotta do things that aren't really that exciting, but are part of everyday life, you know, like putting up my tapestry. And every time I put it up, I always seem to lose at least one of the magnets that I used to hang it up. I don't know how. A lot of times I'll like magnetize the end to the side door and then I'll forget about it in the morning when I go to the bathroom. I'll open the door and the magnet will go flying somewhere and I'll either never find it or I'll find it like a week later. I've gotten comments and messages from people saying that they're so jealous of what I'm doing and they're going to be living vicariously through me while I'm on my road trip, and I'm like, no, please don't do that. Like, live your own life. Be grateful for the things that you have in your life, because now I'm not trying to like throw a pity party for myself because I live in a van. I'm just trying to say not everything is fun about living in a vehicle and not having like a stable place to be and having to worry about if you're gonna have enough sunlight to power your electronics and, you know, the fridge, and making sure that you have a place to dump your water and refill your water. And there's so many aspects of van life that are not the most pleasant ever. And so to wish that you're living my life or living anybody else's life that you know in person or on social media or wherever, it's stopping you from having gratitude for what's in your own life and the cool aspects of your life. And I really think that's important. Hold on. I was gonna cook up half an onion on my stove, but not anymore. I kind of ate like a lot of those barbecue chips anyway, so I'm not really that hungry. What I am hungry for though is fruit, so I'm gonna have this peach. Over the past few days, my sink has started leaking out of this little thing, so I've got to keep a towel by it so it doesn't get everything wet. So I like to eat a peach, just kind of rip it open with my hands. Again, most of the time when I'm eating, I'll speed up the clips and I'll play music in the background, and that's not how it really works. You know, it's usually just me sitting here. I look so sad here. I promise I'm not sad. I just, you know, I don't smile while I eat. And I also think it's so important to just enjoy the little things. Like, that's a big part of what makes van life enjoyable, I think, is that you can learn to enjoy the little things a lot more than you do not living in a van. And it also, I think, will make me in the future learn to appreciate the things that I've previously taken for granted so much more. Because like I was saying, you have to worry about electricity and dumping and refilling your water, and that's something I'd never had to worry about before living in a van. And so once I'm not living in this anymore, I'm going to be so much more grateful for not having to worry about that, not having to worry about not having Wi-Fi or service, and being able to stand up in the place that I live in. And there's so many things that I feel like I'm going to have such a much greater appreciation for. And I think that's such a great aspect of any type of life change, you know what I mean? So overall, I feel like van life is going to make me a lot more grateful for things, but I also want you, all of you out there watching and listening, to be grateful for what you have, for the life that you're living right here, right now, and don't compare yourself to people on social media. So I'm about to go to bed, and something that I always have to do is cover up some of the lights in my van. Like the one on my fridge is very bright, so I just take a towel and throw it over there. And the one on my charge controller is even brighter, so I take this bag for my tripod and just set it on the battery and cover it up like that. And then I always keep right next to me my keys, chapstick, and a water bottle, and then I put in my little earplugs, and I have this heavy duty blanket that I keep on my bed that I just throw it on there because I haven't needed to use it yet. And then I get under the covers, surprise surprise, and that is pretty much it. Every day of van life is totally different from the last, so like I kind of said earlier, this isn't what I do every single day, but it's what I did today. So, thanks for watching, and good night.